As soon as I heard the release of Mass Effect 2 on the PlayStation 3, I was instantly excited. Without knowing anything about the first title, an Xbox exclusive, I bought Mass Effect 2 knowing it was going to be great. As soon as you start up the game, despite a lengthy install process, it is evident that this is a clear, polished title. You start your epic journey on a ship called the Normandy. Mass Effect 2 will wow you instantly with Star Wars-esque animations as your ship storms through the never-ending darkness. Without spoiling anything, 5 minutes later you get to choose Shepard's appearance. Depending on which gender you pick, the game will adapt later on. Love interest will change and your interactions with players later on will also change, so keep this in mind. You'll then choose a backstory for your freshly formed hero. This yet again will go on to change your interaction with characters as well. This is one of Mass Effect's biggest selling points. It's so personal. You as a gamer will feel closer than ever to your on-screen persona. This is echoed throughout. Mass Effect blurs the line between gaming and film, but furthermore, this game takes the option making to a new level. You will sculpt your journey throughout these choices. Let the underage mercenary die at your hand or save him. The whole concept of karma has been done before, in games such as Infamous and Fallout, but Mass Effect cunningly makes the outcome less obvious. Mass Effect will make you think, and you will literally pause the game to think out the consequences of your actions. As the game continues, you will grow closer to your colleagues. Mass Effect 2, being an RPG, involves plenty of dialogue scenes, but don't worry, these are not Metal Gear marathons. The animation is brilliant. Yes, the mouth synchronization isn't brilliant, but it's still the best I've seen. The voice acting in many dialogue scenes is impeccable. You will at some points forget you're in fact playing a game rather than watching a Star Wars spin-off. They are that good. The many alien forms you will meet speak English but in a very different dialect, making the universe, civilization concept feel much more real. You will become completely absorbed by these sections of the game, and they are definitely a sign of what's to come in gaming. Mass Effect is beautiful. I cannot make comparisons to the Xbox version, but Mass Effect looks brilliant, again adding to this film-like aura. Shepard looks picture realistic, and the many life forms you encounter start to look more and more realistic. The plot is diverse and brilliant, and will no doubt fill many late nights. You'll explore a massive universe, meeting many weird and wonderful inhabitants, feeling all American as you suck planets of their resources, and feeling a bit like a teen Doctor Who as you screw a variety of aliens. You will spend hours completing side quests just to know tiny details, but don't worry RPG fans, this game effortlessly incorporates the leveling up system into the fray as well. You are constantly upgrading weapons and your squad. You will spend the first 5 or 6 hours recruiting your trusty crew, from a doctor who is apparently high 24/7, speaking 2 times the normal rate, to an over-tattooed chick who seems to be at the wrong place. Less spaceship, more South Stand at Fratton Park love. But you will grow to love them, no matter how ugly they are. I'm talking to you, Jack. Or maybe not. You will go from breaking them out of jail to helping them fight off a horde of mercenaries. The dialogue with these characters especially is brilliant. They will learn to trust you, and just how much you get them to trust you is how you act upon them. Do you help Jacob or screw him over, the grumpy so-and-so? Before the mission, you will pick who to take, and the result of this will not only change how your team fight as a unit, but also how your squad come across in cutscenes throughout the mission. For example, you work for Cerberus, a terrorist organisation gone good, an Al-Qaeda Good Samaritans hybrid.
As I said,
a lot of the universe's inhabitants hate Cerberus, and this comes across as you meet them. Your squadmates will often add themselves to the conversation. Jacob and Miranda, Cerberus fanboys, will defend the organisation, whereas Grunt and Jack will generally not give a toss.
I'm listening.
Yet again, Mass Effect leaves the game with an absurd amount of choice. You shape the journey with your choices, and your choices are vital. Mass Effect is gaming at its most personal and at its best. Mass Effect is an RPG, so expect level up and speech heavy gameplay, but Mass Effect 2 also has very good combat. Shepard is deadly with a gun, and you will feel the part. The combat is brilliant. From the outside, Mass Effect 2 looks like a standard third-person shooter. You will go from cover to cover, and this works very well. Mass Effect 2 will no doubt attract shooter fans to the RPG genre. The squad-based combat is great, and you'll feel the shots with a satisfying punch as they rip off some Modric lookalikes' head right off. Mass Effect 2, ever dynamic, blurs the line between action and RPG, making this game even more fun to play. You'll be given an array of guns, all of which are different but brilliant to use. You'll also find yourself upgrading them constantly, a clear indication of Bioware doing their best and succeeding in catering to both shooter fans and RPG fans. You'll also have a power wheel, which wields a deadly array of abilities to shepherd, from spinning your enemies upside down, slamming them into walls with a deadly spurt of blue light. The combat is so good it has and surely will convert hardcore Socken veterans to Dragon Slayers within a matter of minutes. Mass Effect isn't just a game, it's the ultimate media package. The sound, the animation, the dialogue, the style, the story, everything is provided and executed to perfection. You'll forget that you are playing a game at some cutscenes only stirring when you're sitting your 40-quid controller. Mass Effect will blow you away at the joints. It will touch every emotion you have and will enthrall you beyond belief. This was the best game of 2010, no doubt about it, and that's a very respectable feat in the year which gave us Red Dead Redemption, Black Ops and Halo Reach. Mass Effect 2 is one of the best games I have ever played, and for once makes me feel jealous for not owning Microsoft's puny console. With Mass Effect 3 on its way in 2011, BioWare are clearly aware of the masterpiece they have created. Mass Effect 2 was the best game of 2010, and I can finally feel the smallest bit of jealousy for the 360. Mass Effect 2 is as close to perfect as we have ever seen yet in the gaming world. Bring on Mass Effect 3. Now Miranda, where were we?